till curfew's in order. I don't know how the quality is right now. There's a lot of people out here.
We gotta get off the street. Come on.
We're being moved off the street. Curfew's in 20. It's getting lively. I'm gonna see if I can get a view of the street. They're welcoming us in at the church. Oh my god. I just like I'm trying to get Zeke in this. I don't know if it's gonna I got you. I sent you an invite.
Hey Zach, how are you doing?
Um I'm doing. We out here.
We out here. That's what I like to hear. So describe to us what's happening? Where are the protests? Who are the cars?
Well, we were at the downtown square in Louisville, and about 40 minutes before curfew, the march began, and we have walked probably 20 blocks deep. I want to say there's probably over 3,000 people that I could see,
3,000. Wow.
and that's just
Wow.
like the ones that like were in front and behind me. I don't know if we hit
And
the
a lot of
curves.
people have left because of the curfew and not wanting to get arrested.
Yeah, we've all received notifications on our phones around 9:30, instructing everyone to go home for curfew is about in action.
Keep your phone on. I can't. We're not going to be able to see the thing.
I'll see if I can get. Right now, a lot of us have pulled off the street, and we're holding up at this church. They've invited us in as kind of like a little safe haven.
Is there anybody who you can bring on to talk to? See what are the emotions feeling like out there?
It's. It looks like we're about to gather up in here, but as we're all working on pulling people off the street, I'm going to see if I can get past this truck real quick. That seems to be the biggest issue. And we've got people dancing on cars. It's like a party scene mixed with just a fight for justice.
So a parade for justice is how you would describe it.
Yeah, it's a party for justice. But as we saw earlier, there was over like just what I saw, 35 Humvees. So
So there is a strong military presence.
yes, and it looks like we've cut down from our roughly 3,000, at least in this group. Uh-oh, things are getting quiet. Some sort of thing exploded. We don't know what yet.
What did it sound like?
It was a very muffled, like rustling boom, and it put everyone at a quiet standstill. It was probably near the vehicles, but I'm gonna get away from them for horns. It's hard to get on the street or get a good view because they're wanting us all to pull off to the left. And
Are these the police officers or are these military officers?
what was that?
Are these the police officers asking you to move to the left? Are these military officers?
No, this is the protest leaders.
So there are definitely organizers
Yes,
who have organized these protests.
things have came together. When I arrived, I didn't realize the main march was on. I thought it was a little confusing, but it is. There are multiple leaders all in synchronization. More vehicles are pulling in.
More vehicles of individuals or police officers.
These are just individuals. We're 15 minutes out from curfew. I'm going to try and figure out what situation we are preparing for or how we plan
Now, when you
for.
were broadcasting earlier, you had seen or had a belief that you had seen where the audio was happening. Can't hear audio on Twitter. Um, Getting that from one of our producers. Are we? Can you hear us now?
Do we have any?
I think you're great. Let's keep going, and this is great. We need to keep this going for sure. As I was saying, what where do you believe that the military presence is going to come from?
Well, the main thing I was afraid of was how clean and clear the streets were, but we have marched out of all the barricades. So seeing as the moment we see the civilian traffic start to dissipate is when we should be expecting a quick follow up of most likely undercover vehicles. From what I saw last time at the other marches, they had, I want to say, like 12 storm on just one block. So they have plenty of vehicles that look like civilian that will just turn on the lights and be in here in seconds. So we just have to be very cautious of the lack of traffic.
Have you seen any of the actual officers in military fatigues?
Yes, there's been several. The entire march down these 20 blocks, every 3 to 5 buildings, they had people mounted on roofs.
Wow. So you still see let's get a good shot of the street.
What was that?
Let's get a good shot of the street.
It seems like we're letting a lot of.
So a lot of people are coming into the church. The church seems to be the safe haven.
Yes, and I think they're doing potential pickups for people to make it back to their vehicles.
What are the announcements going on over the speakers? Are those police
As of right,
announcements?
no, these are the leaders with the megaphones, and they're currently announcing to if you need to make your way back to your vehicle to catch a ride with one of the vehicles that are pulling in now.
Do you believe that that we're going to that people are planning to stay past curfew? Does it seem to be the crowd is lessening, or
I think after we saw the, like I was looking at roughly 3,000 earlier, we're cut into maybe an eighth. This is looking at in the hundreds, but I think that warning gave off a lot. So what you're seeing here is looks like people that are here for the long haul. I'm gonna see if I can
can
find
you
out what's
talk to
going on with the
see if you can
vehicles in the
talk to
back.
somebody?
I'll see if I can check something out in the back. If not, I'm gonna speak to one of the people who are in charge of this.
Awesome, that would be great. So if you're just joining us here on HAPS, we have Zach Walker, who was marching in the protest earlier in Louisville, and now is we are about 10 minutes outside the curfew that will take place in Louisville. Are we seeing
And
any people around with gas masks or?
no, it seems strictly face masks
Okay.
so far, but I've realized like the main purpose also for pulling in here, this entire building has been open to protesters for restrooms, waters, snack, and even jail support, and I assume shelter for potentially what's to come.
I understand. How has the sentiment been more anger today?
As of in in comparison so far, there's been definitely just a lot of devout passion and so far just protesting. We've gotten very, very lucky, and no one's out to like strike or indicate a no burning, nothing like that.
So
We're
you've
not,
seen no looting, no vandalism.
none of that, no. And I've walked down several streets to no avail on seeing any of that, but I think the ticking time bomb, that is the 8 minutes we now have, could definitely change that sort of environment.
Are you noticing any police vehicles beginning to move in?
Oh, 1 second. I'm looking for one of my partners. I'm going to see if I can regroup before the before it takes off.
Awesome. Again, for everybody just joining us, I have Zach Walker here. He's stationed at a church facility parking lot that is being used as a station where protesters can get water and regroup and organize. We are now about 7 minutes away from curfew in Louisville. The curfew was initiated. Zach says that he has seen at least 25 military vehicles. That's military vehicles, not police vehicles. There is a police presence as well, but these are definitely military vehicles on United States soil.
Yes, Louisville is packed full. Honestly, I would say they have us outnumbered at this point.
You would say that the police have you outnumbered, the law enforcement.
I would say National Guard and military, all of it.
Do
All
you?
right.
How do you feel? Because you have been out protesting in other protests. Does this feel more
Well,
volatile to you? You have been shot with a pepper bullet before, as you had said. How does this situation feel to you right now?
in comparison to last time, it was a very wide open space. Yes, they did open fire with paintball, uh, pepper spray filled rounds, but it was an open area and plenty room to run. The only thing that really has me terrified is the sheer numbers and our specific area for if they're when they in the 5 minutes that's about to happen, if they
So
decide
have
to start
they?
arresting everyone on site, it can be a red wedding of arrest.
So have they boxed you in? Have they closed the streets and boxed you guys in?
Not yet. They have stayed out of sight. I don't think I've seen a police or military vehicle in the past 30 minutes.
But you know that they're there, as we saw them earlier.
We do see a few police lights down the street, but they are several blocks away.
This is
I'll
wow.
walk with me real quick. I'm gonna show you the. I'm
And
gonna
how's
show.
is that your girlfriend?
Yes, I'm gonna show her the potential shelter that hopefully we can use if things get a little frightening.
Would she feel comfortable speaking? How is she feeling?
Would you feel comfortable speaking?
Oh, sure.
Yes, she probably has a bit more insight than I. And this is the area with this, but this is Zeke.
Hello, I'm Mary.
Hey Mary, thanks for joining us. Again, if you guys are just joining us here on Haps, I'm with Zach Walker and his lovely girlfriend Mary, who are both joining the protests in Louisville
Hi.
with the unfortunate non charges brought down by the death of Breonna Taylor and fighting, of course, the tyranny that seems to be happening across the United States. Um, Mary, can you please tell us from your perspective what this day has been like for you?
Um, Unfortunately, Zeke, I can tell a lot of people are gutted at the conviction. Before the protest a few months back, I will say there was a lot more energy and belief, and I feel like people are starting to kind of lose hope. But it's inspiring because despite whether or not hope is lost, no one is going to stop fighting no matter how defeated they may feel.
That's great to hear. And that's really, really, really powerful to hear. And, you know, being from an older generation, and then people even from an older generation, we can say that this fight has been going on for a long time. So I appreciate you being out there and continuing to fight, and just knowing that your voice and your difference is being made. Just the pure fact that you're out here.
I will
Yeah,
tell you one thing that is another thing that is absolutely inspiring to note. And for me, is the fact that even though the risk of being arrested seems to be so much more likely, um, it's not stopping people. And same for me. I feel no fear. I'm ready for whatever comes my way. And one perspective that I hold is out of all these years, as you said, all these years of this tyranny and oppression, the least we can do as white allies is be here for whatever this is, because it is nothing in comparison. Absolutely nothing. If you think about Breonna Taylor, I've heard arguments about her past. We all have pasts. She was any one of us. Nothing that she could have ever done could justify what happened to her. And so, if not, if we're not standing here just for the entire movement itself, we're standing here for her as well.
And we are looking at 1 minute until it's about to happen. It's 1 minute till
Well, we
9
are at
o'clock.
we're at 30 seconds. We are at 30 seconds actually until curfew. Mary, thank you for sharing those words and insight. Really appreciate it. For those again just joining us, we are here in Louisville, Kentucky. Of course, the site of where Breonna Taylor was murdered. The military presence and police presence is here. Um, and we are now at curfew. It is 9 p.m. We are at curfew.
It is curfew.
People should not be in the streets at this time, according to the ordinance that was put out. But the protesters had said that they would continue on, and just like Mary said,
The roads are
they
clear.
do not seem to be giving up the fight.
The roads have been cleared. This is a clear sign of an open street is a clear sign of a raid. I'm on edge right now. I'm checking the corners.
We thank you for doing this and being here and being so powerful. Yes, definitely find a good, safe place to shoot from. As you see people walking towards you.
Yes, it seems we've had a few more link up and more vehicles to arrive. It doesn't seem to be entirely shut off, but we do have people on the corners keeping an eye. So hopefully, if any actions are taken, we'll be alerted as quickly as possible.
So what's going on inside the church? You said so. Is there a
We're about to
pastor,
take
a
a look
reverend?
inside.
I know there are snacks and things and restrooms.
I've seen several people from the church coming out and telling people, like writing down notes, passing it out, letting people know that they can come here. Like I see a lot of not overshouted communication because I think this is supposed to be a little bit more under wraps, and hopefully it will stay that way. But the crowds are starting to pick up. Hopefully we'll get a view on the inside real fast.
You're saying the crowds are starting to grow.
Yes.
So again, if you're just joining us on Haps, I'm here with Zach Walker and Mary. We are now entering a church which has graciously been providing resources out to the protesters of water, bathroom, even offering numbers of legal advice.
They have the food and restrooms a bit further in.
As you see, everybody is also wearing their masks, remembering that we are in, yes, a global pandemic, which is very respectful and inspiring. That not only can we fight for justice, but we can also protect our fellow human beings.
It's good to see a safe haven It's incredibly charitable, and I personally say humane for what they've done. I have severe respect for this church. I'll try and check the final room, and I'm gonna see if anything's going on outside. There are several tables full of food and water.
What are the ages of the people who are there? It just seems I see like there's a very young man obviously right next to you. It just seems like all
Yeah,
ages, genders.
it's we're looking at like 12 years old. We've got we've got someone over there that's probably even 10. But this is an outside look, and the gate leads right out. I'm gonna make sure I don't lose Mary real fast in the rush of it, because this is staying on the line, so it's no time to be separated.
Awesome. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is a protest for safe haven from just outside of Louisville. The main street has been blocked off. We have entered into curfew. We are about to go back outside and see what is going on. We have seen 25 military vehicles as well as a large National Guard and police presence. Um, Again, you're with Zach Walker, who is live on HAPS here in Louisville. My name is Zeke Thomas. We will stay with you throughout most of the night.
I'm gonna go check the front streets. It seems the crowds have started to move to the back roads, which is only fitting like one vehicle, so that is a very smart thing to do. But we still have a wall of people at the entrance.
Have the other protests that you have attended been disorganized?
To this level, no. This it's a tragedy that this is breeded from experience. The fact that it's only gotten better because it's only getting worse. Terrible circumstances, but it's sprouting something fantastic out of it at least. You don't see like brotherhood and just the gathering of like people. No one knows each other here, but it's once you're in, your family. As long as you're standing for this cause, we
So you've seen
okay.
nobody who has tried to be an infiltrator. As you know, there are people who have tried to infiltrate these movements.
Yes, I believe it happened at the earliest, and like I said, the Friday of the George Floyd marches when they started. It was it was almost like 50-50. Hopping group to group, you would notice fire spray paint or just peaceful standing in the road and chanting. It went very flipped, but this one seems finally we're all on the same page.
It's wonderful to hear. So have any? So still now we're now almost
Say that one more time, Zeke.
no justice, no peace. I believe Zach can tell you the rest of the words they're chanting.
Yeah. Can't forget the fuck these racist ass police.
um, so again, we're in Louisville. We are now almost about 10 minutes past curfew. No vehicles from law enforcement have moved in yet.
I think they're probably waiting for a specific time period after curfew.
Zach, are you still there? Did I lose you?
Oh, my
Nope, still there.
apologies. Thumb slip.
Right. Not an issue.
I'm hoping y'all are getting a decent image at least.
This is wonderful.
And Rock Boys, I'm right behind the camera. I'm gonna try and get a street view.
Let's hear what she's saying.
So many people, there was 120 officers on the scene that night. They fucking know. They fucking know. And we're going to continue to be the fuck out there. Every day. To be the fuck out there. And WKY 11. I'll give WDRB a flag for Chad. Shout out to Chad. But the rest of y'all got us fucked up.
Zach, if you could try it when she's done, let's see if we can get her to speak.
Let's start with the front view.
Fuck you too. Fuck you too. Put me on and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I got education. We got the news. Put me on your list. I don't want to yell. I don't want to yell. But listen to this. It's not that black people want to be on top of white people. We just want to be equal. Yeah. We black people are naturally lovers. And I'm tired. Black people are naturally lovers. But when y'all approach us with hate, we approach y'all with hate. I'm 73 years old. Y'all approach us with love, we approach y'all with love. Y'all mad because we out here with y'all fucking brought us here. Period. Y'all mad about these fucking buildings, but y'all looted America when y'all first got here. Come on They don't teach our kids that. They don't teach white people. In the bad light, right? So I'm trying to stop it now. But guess what? Black people are so much woke than they are now. Yeah. And if you are black and you are asleep, wake the fuck up. Give me 1 second. I got it now.
Talk to LT, Zach. Let's see if we can get LT, the older man, on camera. Go to the right. I'd love to approach him.
Just my mama, I'm gonna tell you.
To the AG, y'all got us fucked up because y'all think we gonna go in the house. Fuck y'all!
LT, tap him. See if we can get him.
Okay.
Gonna show up, but the mayor got us fucked up. How the fuck are you gonna put us on the curfew on the list? I'm telling you, I ain't did yet. We can no charge. We ain't gotta go in the house. Okay.
LT, would you be down to answer some questions by chance?
You know what? I don't know how to work this motherfucker. I don't know how to work it.
Right over here. I got you. This is we're streaming.
Hey, LT.
Can you make this go on camera?
I got you right here.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm
LT. I'm
Zeke Thomas. William Kemper. Put me on your motherfucking hit list. It's bullshit. I done lived to now 73. Y'all got me on your list? Okay, good. I've been to jail 3 times. penitentiary 3 times. I came off hard. So I don't owe nobody shit and they don't owe me nothing. My children got college educations. My grandchildren got college education. And I'm working on a third generation now. I got all kind of adopted kids out here that I look out for. I love them. My children taught me that. I'm tired of
Amen.
this bullshit. These people out here, these young people, they tired. My daughter, 48 years old, she's tired of this shit. Fuck this shit. Put me on your hit list. Fuckers.
Thank you so much, LT. I appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
So
Oh, hold on.
as you see, there is definitely LT's been around. As you said, he's 73 years old, going into March, has been able to put his kids through college, grandkids through college, but is still fighting this battle. And yes, we can feel the anger. We can feel the anger. Again, if you're just joining us on HAPS, we are here at the Louisville protest. It is now 15 minutes after curfew. We are assembled outside of a church.
The black community
Zach
coming to
Walker is
represent
on the camera
we
for us,
don't
doing a
care
great
one
job.
way or another. America has paid every other race they have damaged but us. Why? Because they know what the fuck we gonna do with it. We gonna be right the fuck on top. We want to read. But that's okay though. Because y'all got us fucked all the way up.
I'm going to take a quick street look.
Still a quiet street, huh? No.
Very quiet. I see some police sirens in the distance, but no movement. We've got several. That, I believe, entire side of the street is also media.
Who's being who's here? Let's see.
Are you talking about for media?
Yes.
I'll see if I can spot any. Lots.
Now I just want to give you some advice, Zach.
Yes.
You follow those veterans.
Yes. I bet there's a reason they're across the street. I'll be quick to follow.
Let's go back and see if she's still talking. Again, if you're just joining us at HAPS, we are here. It's almost 20 minutes past curfew. We're gathered outside a church here in Louisville protesting the death of Breonna Taylor and fighting systemic racism.
I swear to God, I can't wait for the resources to come down here. Because y'all are not what the mainstream media portrays. Thank you for watching the we want out smoke.
Try to move in closer.
The world watches y'all. The first time in history, y'all got Germany marching for y'all. Y'all got Italy marching for y'all. You understand? It's the first time in the future's motherfucking female. Give them their time. I respect the elders, but I swear to God, if y'all done something, shit would have been different and we wouldn't be out here doing it now. So let the youth, because the youth right now is the truth right now. Period. That's all I got.
This is Lilo. Really amazing to get Lilo on camera right now.
We've been out here working for y'all. Respect black women. Protect black women too. I'm tired of black men killing black women now.
Not just the ones you attracted to, not just the ones you attracted to. Protect black women, not just the ones you attracted to. Stop killing each other because we need y'all. Don't vote. Please vote. It matters. Please vote.
This don't mean shit if we don't get out there and vote. If we don't get out there and vote and make our voices heard through the voting and vote their asses out of here,
And
we
that's
don't have
going to
the same
keep
shit.
you out.
Gotta get out and vote. Gotta get out and vote.
Look, facts. And everybody want to
Gotta
talk
go get
on.
registered.
Everybody want to talk about black on black crime, but one thing about the system, they're going to catch the other black person. There's 120 some murders. It ain't this. Says there's no such thing as black on black crime. No, that's what I'm explaining. That's what I'm explaining. Give me a second. Can y'all hear me? Yes. There's no such thing as black on black crime because one thing about the system, they're going to catch the other black person. And you want to know why we got so many people killing each other in our communities? Because we cannot call on the police. We can't, and there's 120 something murders here. I could be wrong, or more. But the police, they not solving shit. They waiting for people to come up and say they saw something. No. But where are the protection programs at? Y'all just want a 2-for-1. Fuck that. We tired of putting each other down. Put more resources in our communities. We're worth more than a Family Dollar. Thank you. We worth more than a Save-A-Lot, which they taking those away too. And we worth more than a damn wall. Most definitely. So when we out here fighting for community change, trust me, we out here fighting for black on black crime. But what we need not to do is, of course, that's the battle that we fighting, but we're not even going to give y'all. We're not even gonna mention that out here because we already know what needs to change. Just like those black on black crime, there's white on white crime. That's the thing. We gotta change the narrative. Stop calling that. There's all different kind of stuff, but.
Oh, we got a car cutting.
But I ain't gonna say nothing else. We gonna let Hannah, do her thing.
I guess that car really needed to peel off. Like,
Yeah, I'll say that. Risky takeoff out here. Let's hope this ain't soon.
again, if you're just joining us, we are with Zach Walker and his lovely girlfriend Mary, taking the coverage here in Louisville. We are outside of a church. We are now nearly 25 minutes past curfew.
Fox News gotta go.
It seems they have turned on the Crossroad Media. After those comments, we're seeing several of the.
I was seeing confrontations between right-wing media and left-wing media.
Yes, and it's definitely pushing the people across the road behind cars or just straight up leaving. Yeah, half of them are on their way home now. They did not like the middle fingers too well.
Keep your head up. Their job is to break you. Don't let them break you. You have nothing to lose but what? You have nothing to lose but what? You have nothing to lose but what? Don't let them take you. And I'll be damned if they kill one of us tonight. But I watched it online. I drove over here and I couldn't get to you.
Zach, how is this making you feel right now?
I'm sending them some poetry.
A lot of inspiration. I
A lot of
think
inspiration.
I think they're interested in taking to the streets again after, I believe, this speaker, maybe one more. We might be on the streets round two.
Mary, how are you feeling?
How you feeling?
I'm ready.
There it is. She's ready.
They didn't have to let us stand there. But we just don't go in here. I'm not telling y'all not to be outside. But just for a little bit, we're going to go.
I'm gonna do a safety street check as usual. I don't know if you can see the police lights down there, but they're a few blocks closer, but barely.
Does it seem like they're planning on marching on the freeway?
Yes.
All right.
And I love that y'all black man is standing with us. I love that Kenneth Walker handled his business. I appreciate y'all for standing. But in this moment, we don't allow the black woman to speak. Because they tried to silence us last night. They tried to lock up Adam. They tried to lock up Shanique. They tried to lock up Rhonda Mathis, who's been marching since the 60s. But they fucked up. They picked the wrong one. That's what we got upset. So you're going to take this home. We're going to go inside for a moment of prayer. Then we can come back
Moment of silence for some prayer.
and stop where we are. This song is called Formation. Formation. Said firmly with no hesitation. Concerned for your tears. Recently went on vacation. We are unbothered by your hate and your condemnation. It is simply confirmation and the very reason we're celebrating. This is the manifestation of a bloodline that births a nation. We ain't offspring with the foundation of creation. When you sip from Mother Earth, you're drinking our libation. This is lyrical liberation. You want to be mad at something? Be mad at the blood on the hands of this nation. This is the reincarnation of a spirit that has no inspiration. This is all Negro spiritual salvation. That down South church fan waving congregation. This is B's Black Fist standing on Rock Nation. But since you seem to need some clarification, this is for 40 acres and a mule reparation. We're picking cotton fields with no compensation. We're not telling slaves about emancipation. For Rosa being told to get in the back of your chest. For Sarah Barton's humiliation at the hands of your exploitation. This is for co-opting a cultural weak imitation. For Martin and Megan's assassinations. For countless years of segregation. For every time you told our sisters and brothers to assume the formation. For keeping them locked in a system change or probation. For a racist system masquerading as fair administration. This is for Sandra Bland dead on the floor of the police station. For smallpox infestation. This is for Tuskegee experiments. For telling us why all lives matter with no qualification. This is for brutally raping a nation. For Eric Garner and George Floyd's suffocation. This is for Breonna Taylor's assassination. This is for a black male shot dead at Fruitville Station. And this voice is the reincarnation of everyone you murdered with no justification. Now you bow down and simply assume the formation. Snap it up because it's a forum. I gotta snap it up for
I think we're on the move.
Again, we are here in Louisville.
At first, before we start the march,
Manhattan.
they are going inside the church for, I think, a group prayer.
All right, we are going inside now the church, where again you are joining us here in Louisville. It is now 30 minutes past curfew. We are going to go inside the church now for a group prayer and soon to regroup and mobilize, and then the protest will resume. But again, we are 30 minutes past curfew. You hear the noise of Breonna Taylor say her name? Saying the names of people fallen to police brutality.
This is what democracy looks like.
We're about in. They're being very welcome.
You're gonna want to go that way.
Could you ask the pastor?
Huh?
Could you talk to the pastor?
I have yet to.
No, go back.
Oop.
The woman in the front, she's clergy in the LGBT flag robe. No, to your left,
I used to be the minister here.
right there.
She's a previous minister.
Well, let's talk. Can we talk to her?
I'll ask. 1 second, waiting for him to snap a photo. Don't want to be rude on that. By chance, would you be willing to answer a question for the live stream?
Yeah, sure. It's pretty quick. Hi.
We can do a quick one.
I can do a quick question.
Hello, pastor, minister. How are you? This is Big Thomas from Haps News. I just want to know, why are you opening your church to these protesters?
Because this is what it means to love your neighbor.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Couldn't have said
much.
it better myself.
Thank you so much.
Oh, we're losing a bit of. We're waiting to get a little bit more signal.
All right, guys, if you're just joining us, remember, we are now 33 minutes past curfew. I got Zach Walker with me. We are now standing outside of a church. We just talked to the minister from that church who said nothing, who said it better than I could say it myself. Why are we here? We are here to help thy neighbor. I will wait for Zach's feed to get back. But again, welcome. We're just waiting for Zach now to return. Want to give love and justice for Breonna Taylor and everybody out there. I'm going to try to invite Zach back in. This is when I would really want a music bed. How's everybody doing out in Haps land? I think we might end this broadcast and check back in with Zach in a second. I thank you guys for joining us at Haps. Again, it is 9:35.